in a country where one of our basic principles, perhaps the most important principle, is equality under the law, that too many individuals, particularly young people of color, do not feel as if they are being treated fairly.
All right, I pulled out that oldie but goodie, folks, for two reasons. Because it fits perfectly, not only into the news of the day, he was making those remarks after Ferguson, but also because of the guest of the moment, Charles Hurt, columnist, Washington Times, who wrote, "Benjamin Netanyahu believes in American exceptionalism. Too bad Obama doesn't." Charles, welcome, sir.
Good to be with you, Steve.
You know, I mean, where do we begin here? But let's talk specifically to what you were referring to and what prompted this, the unbelievably fantastic speech by the Prime Minister.
Yeah, that was something else. And what I thought was so interesting about it was it was like he was a prosecutor. He simply came in, and anybody who saw something partisan in it or something that was hyperbolic in it just wasn't paying attention. He walked in there after heaping huge amounts of praise on President Obama, Harry Reid, on Democrats, on everybody, the U.S. Congress, specifically saying it was the single most important body in the world.
Yeah.
Because of course, when you're staring down the barrel of a gun in the Middle East, America is your only hope. And he just laid out the case for why we cannot allow Iran to become a nuclear nation. And he obviously, as he often does, he put it out of the park.
He absolutely did. And you're so right in talking about, people have said to me, and they've said before this speech, wow, I wish he was our president. And
Yeah.
You really do wish that we had a man. I mean, instead of a man who's reaching out, I mean, Benjamin Netanyahu pointed out all the ways that Iran is detrimental, dangerous to America and killing Americans and has killed Americans and will kill Americans. And our president doesn't care.
And put the president aside, how great would it be if we just had any American leaders who saw the real world with the absolute clarity that this man sees it. This crowd that we have now, John Kerry? Are you John Kerry? I mean, these people, they can't even bring themselves to talk about radical Islamic terrorists. They think it's just a coincidence. They think that it's radical poverty or something that is going on here. That's why these people are going around beheading people, throwing gays off of rooftops, and mutilating little girls. And for someone in politics who has the moral clarity, and I hate to even use the word moral, it's just a simple clarity about what we're up against. Even on the Republican side, it's hard to find a politician who's a great speaker and is unafraid and is able to make the arguments that.
You're absolutely right. If we had a Netanyahu here with us in the Republican side, if they had a Netanyahu, my God, they could explain everything to the public. They could explain why they would have, not passed the Department of Homeland Security funding because it was an unconstitutional bit of, the whole thing from healthcare right on down the line. Why they were forced to why Obama closed down the government the last time around and not us. Instead, you got our leaders, the Republican leaders, say we did it. Ted Cruz made me do it. We're never going to do it again. There's just no comparison.
And then in a case like, with the Supreme Court taking up the Obamacare challenge,
yep.
Republican challenge to Obamacare today, the administration very purposefully set this whole thing up so that if the Supreme Court rules against these illegal subsidies in states that don't have the exchanges, then the whole system is going to collapse, and all these people that have been lured out of other insurance, whose insurance have been voided by this law, and have been lured into this illegal scam, government scam. All those people are suddenly going to lose all their insurance again.
Yeah.
And the administration purposely set that up so that the people will suffer from, as a result, if the court rules, as I think it should, that these subsidies are in fact illegal because absolutely contrary to what the
Yeah,
law
yeah.
itself says.
And I just
and that kind of cynicism and that kind of diabolic scheming, you know, there's no sane person on the Republican side is able to stand up to that and you know,
explain it.
A guy like Bibi could.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm a little worried about Justice Kennedy, but you never know. From his line of questioning, I was a little concerned. But anyway, conversation for another day. Charles, thank you. And everybody, check out at WashingtonTimes.com. Charles Hurt's piece, Benjamin Netanyahu Believes in American Exceptionalism. Too bad Obama doesn't. We're coming back.